just picked up coffee and a croissant because today is the first day of my new 9 to 5. So this week will be all about me adjusting to the new schedule, to the new routine, getting onboarded. I have many calls lined up for today and really the entire rest of the week. This company that I'm starting with is a tech company and it's larger than where I've worked in the past. I've usually been at startups. So this company has well over a few thousand people and I'm excited to get onboarded. It'll be a full week. I'm meeting my manager today. So I'm gonna take you guys along. Welcome, grab a coffee, get settled, and let's get into it. It's time. I have my first onboarding call, so I am going to call in, and then it's basically from 11 to 6 p.m. straight through. We're doing a full United States-wide onboarding, so that's why it starts at 11 because they're West Coast people. I've just spent the morning setting up my technology, and now that I have my computer all configured and I have the apps like Slack and Okta, Workday, all of those, I can call into Zoom. Here we go. Hi everyone. It's lunchtime and I grabbed a green juice because it's about 2:30 and my energy is starting to dip because I did Peloton this morning, so I needed something healthy to energize me. I think I need to pick up some matcha powder somewhere so that I can do like a little afternoon iced matcha situation. I don't like drinking coffee after 12, but I occasionally do enjoy a matcha. So that's on my list to do next time I'm in Soho because Sarate was really good, so I'm planning on going there. But I'm gonna enjoy this. I picked up a couple things to eat, but honestly, I'm not like that hungry right now. So I'll probably eat when Luca comes home. But excitingly, a package arrived from Palais. I had no idea they were sending anything, so I wanted to unwrap it with you guys. I've decided to sit on the ground for this because it is a little bit bigger and Jackson is using the bedroom today. We're kind of splitting up since we both have to work remote. Yep, that is Luca's scooter and stroller behind us because this little wall that blocks off the kitchen entrance is also our garage. Anyway, so let's get into this cute little paper. There's a card and it says, wishing you a heartfelt happy Mother's Day. Aw, that is so cute. Thank you so much to the Palais d'été team. Let's see what is inside. So the flavored teas collection. This is so great to bring out for any kind of events where you have people over. This past weekend, we were at my parents' again, just like in the last vlog, literally 4 days later, we went back for my brother's engagement party and we had a palais d'été set out for everybody to take for tea, and it was a hit because everybody loves looking at these boxes and you get all these different flavors. I can't wait to get into that. And then we've got a couple of little sachets here. Detox, soothing, relaxing. Oh my god, right up my street. Honestly, this couldn't have been the better week to get relaxing teas because of everything going on. And then 2 more here. So we've got the Paris for her. It's a green tea with rose and raspberry in this beautiful gift box. I feel like this would make a great present. And then ooh, sur un nuage, passion flower, chamomile and valerian, valerian. So a herbal tea, again, for peacefulness and relaxation. Called a cloud, on a cloud essentially is the name, if you translate it from French. So thank you so much to Palais de Thé. I believe that I still have a discount code for you guys, so I'll leave it linked if you want to get any of these for somebody in your life or anything else on their website. The tea is such great quality, and literally everyone I've gifted it to has had nothing but good things to say. And I love just like handing sachets out anytime somebody comes over. And now I'm going back to work, and I will see you probably tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday, my second day of work, lunchtime, and it was either going to be an hour-long nap or I come outside for a walk, and I chose the latter because I thought I could rally and enjoy the nearly 80-degree weather today. It's so wild. Today is like the nicest day before 3 days of rain, so I went with the walk option, and I thought I would head to one of my favorite neighborhood cafes to get a matcha latte just to perk myself up, and maybe a pastry, so we'll see. But it's the nicest day to be out on a walk, so I am glad I didn't just huddle under the covers for a second. But I'm so tired. I've been on non-stop Zoom calls all morning, and Luca was a bit of a handful before that, I'm not gonna lie, so this is a bit of an adjustment for us. Found a spot in front of another coffee shop I like, just to catch the sun and as much of it as possible before I have to go back inside. Good morning, it's Wednesday, and I am headed into the office for the first time. There was a person on the tracks in the subway system, so we are heavily delayed. It is torrential downpour, and I decided to wear Converse, so my feet are completely soaked and will probably be so for the rest of the day. Mistakes were made, but it's okay, we're here. I'm excited to go in. I'm gonna see my friend who I will be working with a little bit, and there's an all hands call, so it should be a good day. First though, I'm headed to pick up some coffee. And I'm so glad I didn't do my hair today because it's just one of those days. All right, I just finished my day at the office, and now I am headed home to relieve Jackson and watch Luca. Update on my feet. They are in fact still wet and cold, and if I don't have webbed toes by now, then I'll be lucky. Sorry if that's weird. I know some people are weird about feet. So I was going to walk around the city a little bit, but that is canceled because it's still drizzling. I need dry socks. So I'm going home and we are going to postpone our exploring until later this week. Hello, it is the end of my first week, and to reward myself, I have come to Soho. I got my favorite matcha, and I have a few errands to run. I need to stock up on some makeup. I am looking for new sneakers, but I'm not sure if I'll find them today, but we'll see. And I'm picking up something very exciting right before we go home, but you'll see. You will see. Mixed success. Did not find sneakers as expected, but I got this huge bag from the MoMA design store, and I'm so excited to start using this record player. This has been a hobby I've been wanting to start for a while, and now I have a player. I'm headed home. I was able to grab all the things I needed in Sephora, and now I'm hungry, so I'm headed home. onboarding. I hope you enjoyed my little desk tour. Emphasis on aesthetic, not ergonomic, because I work at our kitchen counter, if you will. It's the object that holds our pantry items in the back facing the window. So if you've seen my apartment tour, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it is also the most well-lit space in this entire apartment. So it's a very multi-purpose area, and whenever I'm working, I set it up just like this. My laptop, a little lamp, notepad from New York or Nowhere. I love the size of this, like that it's just lines, nothing too fancy, and it has a little New York feel. And my midday matcha, which is very needed. Because I'm a bit tired, not gonna lie. So, but it's fine because we are gonna do this Q&A. You guys submitted questions. I have my laptop here, took some notes. I pulled them from YouTube, the community posts I put up there, as well as Instagram, pulled out some themes. But because there are a lot of new people here, I'm just going to review the basics so you get to know a little bit more about me, and then we will get into some more specifics. So my name is Chantal, and I live in Brooklyn here in New York City with my husband and 3-year-old toddler named Luca. You will see him tear across the screen occasionally because he is wild, but also so adorable, and I love him. And we do stuff a lot together. So you will see cameos of both of them if you haven't already. Number 1, there were a lot of questions about my German heritage, why I'm speaking German in some of my vlogs, etc., etc. So I was born in Germany, in Lübeck, which is in the north, basically Scandinavia, and my family still lives in various Baltic Sea towns. So there's a vlog that I will link from last summer where we are exploring those a little bit. I moved when I was 10 to Florida, so I spent the rest of my childhood there, eventually landed in the Northeast because of college. So Jackson and I met at undergrad in Boston at MIT. We're about to go to my 10-year reunion there, which is just absolutely nuts how fast the time flies. We got engaged right before my graduation, and then we went off to separate masters in Pittsburgh and in New York City. I graduated first here in New York, got a job, and was like, Jackson, I guess we're gonna stay here, so come join me when you're ready. He came about a half a year later, and we moved in together in my first studio apartment where I was living alone in the Upper West Side. That did not work. So we found our first apartment together in Long Island City, lived there for a couple of years, and then moved April 2020, the pandemic month, to Brooklyn. And then since then, we've been living in this apartment. So 4 years into this Brooklyn journey, we have brought home our son in this apartment. We've had various pests. I'm not gonna go into it, but if you have any questions or are dealing with any such emergencies, I probably have a lot of good tips. And we're loving it. It's so fun to live here. It's been my favorite borough because it's so chill. The outfits are the best. The creativity is unmatched and the vibes are high. So love it here. And that is how we got to Chantal in Brooklyn. So I studied architecture, which many of you probably know if you watch my videos. And I thought I was gonna be an architect all the way up until my master's, graduated, got my bill, and went into tech. I love, love, love buildings. They are so incredibly central to our human experience. They shape the way that we live, we work, we play. Super passionate about it. But instead of working as an architect in the built environment, I have been working as a product manager to design the technology that influences how we interact with those buildings and the kind of data that we collect. What inspired you to start this channel? Chantal graduates her master's and realizes she has 0 hobbies and a lot of free time, because if you went to architecture school or know anybody who did, all-nighters, many, many hours, just no time for anything else. So I graduated and all of a sudden I had time. And I was a lover of YouTube videos. I watched them all the time. It's how I grew up and learned how to do my makeup. Just have been watching YouTube for like 10 years at that point. And I thought maybe I could do this. I want to learn more about the city I live in. I want to explore, I want to get out there. So I started the channel in 2017, technically, but I only made a few videos and then kind of life got in the way, had a child. And then at the start of last year, I made this resolution that I was going to revive this channel, because after 2 years of mom life, I just felt like my hobbies had taken the back seat and I hadn't been able to really get out into New York. This was also right off the pandemic, so things were opening back up again. And I just made a New Year's resolution to post weekly on YouTube about things that I'm doing, loving, exploring, and see where it goes. And where it went was, you guys really liked the things I was sharing. It grew to 27,000 people last year, and we're still growing. And I'm just incredibly happy to have this community online that we can kind of exchange about New York City, cafes, life, fashion, etc. So I've just been loving this space. It's my creative outlet, and that is why I do YouTube. It's really a passion project. What are my goals for this channel? And my goals are really to inspire you guys to get out into the city. It doesn't have to be New York. It can be your backyard. Wherever you live, there's probably a cute independent cafe. There's probably a bookstore, maybe a park. Whatever you have around you, take advantage. For me personally, it is, as I said, my creative outlet, and make some lasting artifacts that we can watch back as a family later on. It's also kind of a video diary of all of the things that we do together. So I love watching back, or Luca or Jackson, and we're doing something fun together. It just is to remember a feeling. So I hope it makes you feel something too. That being said, you guys know I have a new 9-to-5, and I got a lot of questions about how I am achieving a work-life balance and making YouTube work, making my job work. I'm only a week in, so bear with me. But so far, the schedule looks as follows. Basically, the mornings up until 9 are Luca time. It's mom time. So I get up around 6:30. I jump on my Peloton about 4 times a week. And then I make Luca's lunch. He wakes up. I help him get ready. Jackson helps all of this as well, obviously. And then I drop him off at daycare around 9. Then I come back, and then I work from 9 to 5, as the name suggests. Luca's daycare actually ends at 4, so Jackson usually picks him up, and he'll come back and be eating in the background or doing his thing. Then we have dinner, and YouTube kicks back up around 7 to 9, 7 to 11, depending on if I'm editing that night or whatever I am doing for social media. To film all these videos, I'm basically taking my weekends now, which is what I used to do anyway before, when I still had a full-time job starting out. So it's kind of back to that schedule. And the days are definitely packed, but so far so good. I think I'm a little bit stressed, but it's fine. We'll get the hang of it. Basically, I'm just juggling my 3 full-time jobs as mom, as creator, and as product manager, and it's fine. It has to work. It's a forcing function, and we are figuring it out. The last question I'll answer is, do you have somebody helping you with your vlogs, and what gear do you use to film? And basically it's just me, or Jackson will help me film now that we are going out together more during the weekends. I do have a tripod for self-shooting if I'm out by myself, and for things like this where I'm sitting down talking to you guys. And in terms of gear, I have my Amazon shop linked down below, which has all of the supplies that I use to film, but it's really lightweight. I use my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I have a little plug-in mic. I keep it on a magnetic tripod, so I am making full use of that magnet feature on the back of the iPhone. And I have a shutter remote that goes with that for shooting images or video or whatever from far away. And that's pretty much it. I use Adobe Premiere to edit. So that's it. It's a really simple setup and ideal for vlogging on the go when I'm out in the city. On the note of why my videos look so calm when New York City can be so wild, I was previously filming during work days when people weren't out as much. So that is why maybe some places were a little bit emptier. But now that I'm back on the weekend grind, you will probably see a little bit more of that chaos. And with that, this concludes my first week of adjusting to 9 to 5. I think it's gonna take a few more weeks to fully get into the rhythm. But that being said, I hope that you enjoyed watching this vlog. And if you haven't already, please make sure you like and subscribe. Just takes a second. Check out my website, and I will see you again here next week. Bye!